What? You just stopped counting in 3. Oh, wait. Oh, what? Is it? Are we? Is it now? Does it now happen? Is it now? Does it go now?
Consummate professionals. You always stop counting at 3.
Yeah, hello. Yep, that's right. We're live, and as you can tell by the lack of signal from our middle feed, we are minus a Callie tonight. But don't worry, your intrepid backup DM will lead these 3 rabblers into a spoopy Halloween one shot. So we're gonna get started.
Is it full of Halloweeny?
Oh, it's all kinds of Halloween.
That's
It
amazing.
is like 10 Halloweeny up in here.
Is there any candy corn?
Oh, there's like candy corn.
I don't like it.
I hate it. I hate candy corn.
Well, yeah, but it's also like the mix with the candy corn and peanuts, so it's like a little salty and a little sweet. Tastes like a mouthful of Baby Ruth every time you eat it.
Still bad.
Well, we also got the pumpkins. Those are there, but they're just left over from last year. We just washed them off because nobody really eats the pumpkins. And then that special Reese's cup that always comes out at Halloween, the one that looks like a pumpkin, but it's really just the egg that they attach other stuff onto, like it's the Easter egg.
I'm fine with that.
I think I have anything else to do right now, so I'll see you guys later.
Bye.
All right. So, like all our other one-shots, we are going back to the lands of Rule Tier. It is a segmented place, and this particular time finds us in the upper northeast corner. If you want to zoom us in there, Travis. There's a fleur-de-lis there, and if you want to just capture that whole upper corner, those mountains and that river, just put all that in. Put all that nice.
Zoom more, but I can't.
Fine, it's fine. Actually, if you want to zoom out just a touch to catch those mountains and that river. Yeah. Right, so while on their way home from a previous adventure, our group of 3 find themselves on a main coach road leading to the town of Innshaven in the northeastern coast.
Wait. Hi, I'm Travis, and I normally play Druid Carrion, but today we're doing a one-shot. And then Joe over here is going to be our lovely DM. What do you do, Joe?
Well, typically I forget really important stuff that ties our group together as a dynamic. But when I'm not doing that, I play a dwarf fighter named Braddock in our regular Storm King's Thunder campaign. And Lauren, what do you do?
I laugh at what's just happened because it's been a fun Friday already. It's not Friday the 13th, but it feels like. I play our bratty little cleric for Storm King's Thunder. My name is Lauren.
My name is Dave, and I usually play a wizard called Bravo Quarks. But today I am not playing that.
We don't know what we're playing, actually. We have zero idea.
We haven't got to that yet. So we'll start back over. While on their way home from a previous adventure, our group of 3 find themselves on a main coach road leading to the town of Innshaven on the northeastern coast of the Kingdom of Granelheim. They are 3 days into a 4-day journey, having traveled far to complete the tasks previously set before them. On the road, they've taken rest, regained supplies, and had a chance to plan their next steps in life as an adventuring group. And so it is on a sunny and warm 4th day of travel when they stop at a wide spot in the road along with a coach full of equally road-worn travelers. So, to give a little bit of backstory, this intrepid party of 3 started there at a small little lakeside village.
You said
where
there, but nothing happened. Hang on. Let me zoom out a little bit more. I didn't realize.
Awesome. Yeah, so there we go. There's a little X on the map. Oh, well, no. All right. It just got covered up by Callie, but that's fine. Whatever.
Oh, I forgot about that. I can't see that on the other screen. Okay. Hang on.
All right.
Is that
So
better?
you three started there and headed back north after completing the mission. And I'm curious, as I expound further upon the route you've taken, what was your previous mission? One of the three of you tell me a little bit about what a cleric and 2 fighters can get into in a mission.
We had to burn down an orphanage.
Oh, we're gonna do this ad lib style,
It's because it was haunted. There were things in there that just needed to not be there. So we just destroyed the whole place.
Orphans. That's what was in there.
They were possessed. They weren't real
Possessed
babies.
orphans. So for tonight's adventure, Dave will be playing the part of the butthole.
Yeah, that's not just tonight. That's every day.
It's a rule. So, with the path laid out, you made your way down along the mountain range and had just cleared through the main pass on your way to Innshaven. And like I said, you'd stopped for the day. Fairly well lit still, but the sun is in its descent. And you happen to find a wide spot in the road to pull off and take rest. And it just happens to be that you've stopped next to an extremely well-equipped trading caravan. What?
Those horses.
They look like they're little sausages that are barely held in by their bridles.
They're like
I
little
hadn't
noodles.
noticed that until you put. I've got to pull this cart.
At least they won't go hungry.
Father, bring me more apples and sausages. That's the horse's voice. But no, so we now have a party of 3, well established. It's a cleric and 2 fighters. But tell me which role you would like. You have a cleric who was a former soldier before they took on the adventuring life. You have a fighter who used to be a sage but has taken up the ways of an eldritch knight. And you have a second fighter who is really your the glue that holds the whole group together. And they are portraying the role of a champion in this particular group.
Who are we on this map?
You are the 3 over yonder.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I didn't see anything. What happened?
Let's get a good zoom in.
Go down. It's next to the purple part.
Nope, it's up in the middle of the top, next to the less attractive cart.
All right.
Oh, the cart with the felt horses?
Yeah. See, you guys are smart. You guys have the svelte horses.
They're well taken care of, okay?
But the wagon... What's that? Go ahead. Yeah, you guys pick who's who.
I need to know who is whom, though.
Oh, so the cleric is up front.
Blue?
Nope. The cleric is here. The champion is here. And your Eldritch Knight is in the back.
Wait, you keep saying here like you're
Nothing.
pointing to something. I
It's
see
not popping
nothing.
up on our screen.
Nothing happened.
Oh,
at
I
all.
see. I got you. Here we go. So your cleric.
Oh, there's these guys. Okay, hang on.
These guys in the upper corner, in the middle, not corner, in the dead middle of the top of the page.
All right. So this guy is what?
That is the cleric. That is the champion. I'm sorry, that's the Eldritch Knight, and then the champion is behind them.
Okay, gotcha.
The champion is a former folk hero who's taken to a life of adventuring after satisfying whatever heroic feat he did in his hometown. And the Eldritch Knight was kicked out of the place they called home, the library that they trained at while they were a sage. And the cleric was a former soldier who served in war as a battle medic. Mercy.
I say we roll for it.
Roll a 1d3.
So we'll just go from top to bottom and assign the characters. Does that sound fair to everybody?
Yep.
So whoever rolls the highest goes first, and we'll get the champion, and then descending order. Roll 1d20.
Oh, good. I was gonna say if Lauren rolls an 18 too.
Well, it's not me.
All right, roll again,
Ready?
Dave.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Oh my goodness, the wind is crazy up here. 13.
All right, so you're the champion, the swordy magic, and Lauren's the cleric.
Go figure.
All right, so
Are they all men or?
no, they could be whatever you want. I haven't assigned them names or races or sexes.
Who's the spelly cleric? Is that 1 or 2?
Well, the spelly fighter.
That's the
2.
one. Okay.
That goes to you, correct?
Si, senor.
And the last fighter, who is a champion, goes to Davo. So yeah, so fresh off the heels of your orphanage arson, why don't you tell us a little bit more about your characters? Why don't we start with the cleric? What's the cleric's name, and what is up with the cleric?
Well, I have no idea because I'm not familiar enough with D&D to be able to pull this shit on my ass.
Just go. Ad-lib it. No wrong answers. You could be Xander Klonderflomp. Probably not though. Probably don't want to be Xander Klonderflomp.
Okay. Well, her name is Bill. And she is has been around for a really long time and is very adept in battle and has a very terse stare. Says she can stare down a hellhound without flinching. But she does do things for the greater good, and it's all boiled down to a mistake that she made on the battlefield that wound up costing someone very dear to her their life.
Like it. What about what? Oh man, I don't want to say that name. Whoa, let's try Florbian then. Who is Florbian, and what kind of a fighter is Florbian? As I summon up enough courage to talk about the third and final character.
So I do have a question. What race is Florbian?
Be any race you want it to be.
All right, so Florbian is...
That's been established in this world. Don't go nuts.
Oh, come on!
Do it! Go nuts!
The 5e handbook races have been established to be in this world. Don't go nuts and make it a plant creature from Galaxis 9.
Florbian is an animated acorn who identifies... Oh, no, okay. Florbian is an elf. He is an older elf. Is 300 years old for an elf. Seems good.
Yeah.
All right. He's not ancient. He's not what you would call a Bravo Quarks, but he's older. He was reading one day and he realized he was just so smart. Smarter than anyone around him. He had been studying forever. He was a sage. And it was very frustrating dealing with the lesser people. Not that they were lesser beings. They're lesser beings. They're not as smart as he is. And he found the best way to deal with them and vent his frustration was beating them with a stick. And he was actually very good at it. And he extrapolated upon this, and there we go. He's an Eldritch Knight now. And he speaks very slowly when talking to idiots, which is almost everyone when compared to me.
I like him. I like Florbian the elf. All right, so that brings us to That brings us to our last member of the party and a very stinging lesson into why I shouldn't give the players entirely free reign into naming our characters. Because the third fighter, the champion, and as I said earlier, the glue that holds the entire party together, is a fighter by the name of Hardick the Firm, whose race... You two know it, but he tries to hide it from everyone else. He is, in fact, two dwarves stacked on top of each other. Who I assume one is Hardick and one is Firm.
Yeah.
Which one's which, just out of curiosity? Is the top one Hardick and the bottom one Firm?
Oh, yeah. The bottom one's always Firm.
Oh, God almighty.
So the Hardick the Firm is imperceptible to a human, but he is in fact two dwarves stacked on top of each other.
This is going to be the best game of D&D ever. And so how old, let's just say, total is Hardick the Firm?
Their combined age is 106.
Oh, nice. That explains the impetuous nature of their youth. That's why they've decided to do this.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit more about the duo of Hardick the Firm.
They have a very unique fighting style. Are you familiar with the Ice Climbers from Nintendo?
Let's say yeah.
In the Smash Brothers series of game, that is how they fight, like the Ice Climbers. They break apart. So yeah, they break apart and they fight and then they come back together. It's like Transformers meets some horrible Power Rangers Megazord made of meat.
Oh boy, I can't wait for this to happen.
Yeah.
We're gonna need another token.
Hardick the Firm. Yeah, he's very he's very intelligent. He's got the intelligence of two dwarves put together. His charisma is not the greatest. He doesn't people very well. But yeah, he solves a lot of his problems with fighting, and that's his go-to problem solving is physical altercation.
Okay, all right, I can get behind that. So we meet this ragtag, rough and ready group on the road headed to Innshaven, and there is a the wagon that's on the far side of the road has been there for a while. They've been set up. Maybe they stopped a little earlier in the day. They probably could have pushed on, but they decided to have a nice evening just to rest. They're not really trying to get anywhere.
Wait,
but
before we go anywhere, I have a logistics question.
Oh, I've got a lot of logistics questions, but you go ahead with yours first.
Because I'm a dwarf, two dwarves stacked on top of each other.
Don't forget that.
Are my one-handed attacks always two-handed?
I'm just going to take a second to just process the question you just asked me. So what we're going to do is at all instances, Hardick will be doing all the attacking, and he will need Firm to move him around. So Firm will have to do all the movement, and Hardick will have to do all of the attacking. Which thankfully won't change your character sheet one bit.
Okay. That's less fun.
Yeah, less fun than driving the GM insane, trying to keep track of two characters in one body.
Yeah, exactly.
Mwah,
Okay.
you're the best. All right. So, the wagon, like I said, has been stopped here for a while. Its occupants have already unpacked and have set up for the evening. And it's clear that this is a long haul caravan. It's actually two wagons stacked together on top of each other. No, it's one wagon pulling a second one. So the front wagon is its carriage where the passengers sit. The back is full of all its wares. As you approach, two humans are having a conversation with a halfling.
Don't mind that. I was just checking something.
And Florbian sets him on fire.
Okay, it worked correctly.
You see two human, rather nicely dressed, or rather one of them's dressed nicer than the other one, are having a conversation of rather not heated, but a very impassioned conversation with a halfling on the road itself, while a group of four sit around a fire. Just at the far back of the wagon, you can see another halfling keenly eyed watching down the way the wagon came, sitting on a crate at the far back of the wagon with a bow out and an arrow knocked, and kind of pacing her way around the back of the wagon as if she's waiting for some kind of ruckus to kick off, some melee to get started, is a impossibly tall human fighter. Red-headed and very muscular. It strikes you instantly as perhaps one of the caravan guards. Maybe the halfling is the other one, or he's the logistical hunter of the group. But so this is the scene you come across as you decide it's getting late. It's time to stop for the evening. If you press on, you don't know what the rest of the road might present to you. This is a good place to stop, so you decide to make camp for the evening. And you can hear the sounds of the camp on the other side of the road. People talking amongst themselves, but above it all, this argument between the three men, or between the two men, are mediated by the halfling. So, how do you deal with this particular scene? Florian cast a firebolt.
Bill's gonna go make friends.
So as you walk up, you can hear parts of the argument. I have told you once before, I prefer a window seat right next to the door. I have paid quite a good coin. Sir, I believe you will notice that I've paid exactly the same amount of coin as you. You're going to the same destination. Yes, but simply because you wait and allow me to enter the carriage before you. Pardon me, sirs, but this is not exactly the time to be having an argument about logistics. We've stopped for the evening, and it's time to find bed. The halfling is doing a poor job. But as the three see the three of you approach, there's obviously a moment of trepidation. This is a major coach road. It's not uncommon for problems to arise. So it's just in everyone's nature to be cautious when the sound of Billy's armor, or Bill, is it Bill? She prefers Bill? The sound of Bill's armor as she approaches tips off the hunter first, or the halfling with the bow, and he spins around and you see that his arrow is a very wicked multi-barbed blade. You're not sure if it's for hunting or for maiming. And he doesn't point it at you, but you get the sense that he's ready. His whole body speaks of readiness, and it's his movement that alerts the other three to your presence. And it's the green garbed nobleman that spins around first. I see we have further travelers.
Oi, that blade there, is that for hunting or for maiming?
The halfling in the wagon pipes up. Oh, do you fancy quite a bit of sport then? This is a hunting blade. It's a hunting barbed arrow for bringing down deer and whatnot.
I'm not much of a hunter myself. I just couldn't tell, and I wanted to know.
Fair enough. Fair to you then. Fair to you. He has not relaxed, it should be said, and it's about this time that the giant of a woman comes around the comes around the carriage. Her shield is up and her sword is out, but not ready. They're on her arms. You know, she's holding the sword and she's got the shield on her arms, but they're not up.
Do we have bedding supplies for the evening or anything?
Well, that's the thing. You are a professional adventuring group, so your wagon is very well stocked. If you'll notice, your character sheets are rather bare in that department. So it's pretty much what you need is on the cart. But what you need is what you'll have. But the other two Peep members won't have it. So if Rye just needs a chain, there won't be a chain available for Lauren or Dave should their characters need it. That's how this is going to work. You basically have access to the items in the character handbook, top to bottom, but it's one per person.
I need a bag of holding.
That's not in the player's handbook, thank you very much, but good try. You need to get more sleep more often, because you are snippy when you're tired. Right, so the nobleman, maybe he's not quite road ready as the rest of everyone is, but he's instantly accepting, and just turns his back on you, which is welcome to you all. But the other two members of the traveling group with him are a bit shocked at how easily he lets you just go about your business. The halfling, however, is right on his game. The halfling mediator there, he steps forward and holds out both palms. Ah, friends, yes. What brings you down this coach road this evening? As the other arguing human takes a position behind him.
Well, I suspect it's the same thing that brings you here as well.
The halfling holds up a finger. Listen here, mister. Don't you talk slow to me because you think you're dumb. No, I'm just kidding. Well then. And
right. I won't let you make assumptions because we're here to rest.
Ah, I see. Well, it's a wide road, and you're welcome to share the grass with us. We've already made camp, so feel free to pick whatever you propose. The halfling behind it. Oh, I found a nice spot there, just a bit up the road there.
What alignment are we?
Pick it. Just good. That's all. Just good. Just above neutral and above. I saw those eyes. I saw where you were going, you murder hobo.
We just burned an orphanage, but no, we're good people.
Well,
it was haunted.
Yeah,
Yes.
They were possessed.
Full of haunted orphans.
Yeah, possessed orphan ghosts. So it was very difficult.
We were doing the world a favor. No Annabelle's running around here. Bill is gonna be like she's got her stuff on her, but you can tell she's much more inviting than the others. And she's just been kind of like quiet and watching, and then she's gonna kind of like wave off. Travis, what is your name?
Florbian. Wait, sorry.
Change your name on your character sheet so it pops up.
Florbian. I did.
Oh, it doesn't show on my screen.
How come mine is the only one that's popped up?
I have mine and yours.
It's because I can control your character and you can control only your character.
That's weird.
Anyway, she'll wave off. Oh, don't mind him. He thinks he's better than everyone. Anyway, you guys were talking awfully loudly. Do you figure out whatever was going on? Clearly just butting her way into their conversation.
The halfling kind of waves it off. Oh, it's nothing, as the other human that was in the argument, not angrily, just turns around and walks away. He's got other stuff he's got to do. Oh, it was nothing, just those two good gentlemen were having a bit of an argument about who sits where in the coach.
Oh, yes. Who gets the window seat and who gets it at what time? They're like children.
Well, what good Master Halfpenny forgets is that there's a window on each side of the cart, and so everyone really gets a window seat. He's just complaining. It's a long ride, you see.
I see he's quite well off. Would you call him entitled?
He just looks at Maester Haypenny. Well, you're entitled to that opinion.
I think he just called you entitled.
Oh, well.
You calling my friend entitled?
No.
That's the word you said.
No, not at all. No, absolutely
You want to have
not.
words? You want to have entitled words?
Now, he was just trying to avoid insulting his client, who seems very entitled, from our point of view.
He doggone and insulted us.
No.
So
he just said we were entitled to our own opinion, which we are.
He said, gently stroking the hair of the halfling.
You might be entitled to a few of my crossbow bolts if you get my meaning.
The halfling kind of bristles, kind of is a little shocked. He tries to hide it, but he doesn't do a great job. And he quickly changes subjects. How are you heading? Where are you heading?
Well, after we finish burning down that orphanage...
The halfling is instantly shocked. I am sorry, you did what?
Yes, I believe you did hear me. We burned down an orphanage. All the children inside were monsters, really. But
what?
Always asking for food.
But how could you just... You burned the orphanage and the poor children in it? How is that? What?
I assure you, they were rich in spirit. Ghosts.
He means they were already dead.
So you were doing good after all. Well, that's fair. If they were possessed, they were ghost orphans in a haunted orphanage. That seems all right. And he turns around, and it's gone. It's out of his memory, and he's moved on. What brings you down the coach road this evening? You can see as he's waiting for the response, he started working on the ropes and rigging of his wagon.
Travel home. I assume the same thing that brings you.
Oh well, we're just a few days out of that town that I remember, Innshaven. I knew it was Innshaven. Why didn't I just say Innshaven? Like I knew it was Innshaven. We're just a few days out of Innshaven, and we're headed on to Rockford. It appears he's out of things. He's out of conversation. Say you wouldn't be interested in trading, would you? We've just taken on new stock from Innshaven.
Let's see about that. Oh, I have 52 gold pieces. And what do you have to trade?
Well, you are in luck. And he kind of the side of his wagon, and a banner rolls out about it's the whole length of the wagon, but it's only about 4 or 5 inches tall, and it reads Pumpernickel's Curious Wares.
If it's just a bread cutting knife, I'm going back to sleep in our cart.
Fair bit of pumpernickel at your service, and you'll find I have a most wondrous assortment of fine knickknacks, bric-a-bracs, oddities, all kinds of fun little gadgets and whatnot.
You got any of that bread?
Well, sure, of course. We've picked up all kinds of provisions from Innshaven. What kind of bread would you like?
The pumpernickel one.
What that's no.
Your name, pumpernickel. No. It's a bread.
Yes, no, that's
you eat it.
It's
brown.
It is a bread. Yes, but no, that's my family name. You see, pumpernickel.
You got any bread?
No, I mean, I don't. Well, I have bread, but I don't have pumpernickel bread. I don't. We don't have. We don't have
then
our namesake.
What do you have? That's so curious.
Oh, and he kind of hefts up a him-sized crate. It's about the same size as the halfling, but he doesn't get it all the way out of the railing of the cart. He just kind of hefts it up halfway onto the railing, and he pops the top off of the crate. And it's full of a brass menagerie of all kinds of small handheld clockwork animals. There's gorillas and tigers and large cats and
Lions
various
and bears.
beasts.
What?
Lions and bears?
Various types of animals that you've fought before. You can see a wind-up clockwork bugbear and a few orcs and trolls, and they're all fit in your hand size. Some are bigger than others. Some would take up a human size versus an elf hand, a dwarf size hand, all that stuff. But they're all roughly hand size, and they're little tchotchkes. They don't look too remarkable, too wondrous, but they're all beautifully shiny.
Not bread.
Well, I have bread over here, and he drops the crate back down into the cart with a brass clang. Just here, and he grabs a sack and opens it up, and it's just full of loaves of bread.
Is any of it pumpernickel?
No, none of it's pumpernickel. It's mostly all like white sourdough and
That's
a
not.
couple of.
That's not the bread. That's not it.
We have been over this, my friend. I don't have pumpernickel. Being the pumpernickel last name doesn't mean.
But no pumpernickel bread.
The halfling.
Your name's Pumpernickel.
He says, turning on his heel and stomping off.
Yeah. And then I would stomp back off, stomp away over to our cart.
Well, you learn something new about who you travel with every day. Who knew he had a thing for pumpernickel? Can I see those things again?
Oh, sure. And he and the other halfling get the crate all the way out and kind of sit it in front of you.
Is there a small bird, like a songbird?
Oh, there's all kinds of various songbirds. Oops. There's wrens and bluebirds.
Watch where you're
and blue
putting
jays.
that crate.
Oh, terribly sorry. And it clunks down with a large, it sounds like a box full of silverware. A bird, you say? Well, I have a peacock and a raven and a bluebird and he just keeps going and going and going and going and going. And a peacock and a pigeon and a bluebird and a blue jay and a crow and a.
Thank you. I'm just gonna go through them myself and find whichever one I like. How much are these, by the way?
These are 5 gold.
5 gold.
Yeah, but they do last a remarkable age. You will pass this on to your grandchildren, great-grandchildren.
This is such a big crate. You can clearly make these fairly easily. 5 gold?
Well, yes, but that doesn't mean they're not hard to make. I can make a lot of them, but that doesn't mean they're not, rare. I have a lot here, but they're quite uncommon.
I've made thousands of them, but they're so rare.
Well, they're pretty, and she's gonna put back whatever she had picked out to potentially buy.
And what, pray tell, do they do?
Well, a great many of them clockwork, like a watch or the tower clock. And surely you're on your way to Innshaven. Surely you've seen the large clock tower there. It works under the same principles, gears and levers and all that. Several of them animate when turned correctly.
So
toys.
You have shaped music boxes then?
Well, they don't make music, I'm afraid. But several of the birds flap their wings, and he finds one and winds it, and it does flap its wings, fully articulated, extends it all the way out and brings it back in. But that's all it does.
Well, thank you. Have a good evening.
The other halfling, the archer halfling, puts the box back on the top of the crate. Let's go. Let's go, Mr. Pumpernickel. These don't seem like prosperous buyers to me. And he starts hefting the crate back in the cart by himself. Mr. Pumpernickel. Mr. Pumpernickel, I need your hat. And the thing starts to fall before Pumpernickel realizes that a sale's not going to be made and comes over and helps the halfling get it back up into the crate before it crushes the poor.
Bill's going to help because that's just who she is, even though she's not going to buy anything. She's going to help make sure it doesn't tip over.
The the halfling is the archer halfling is instantly surprised. Oh, well, thank you. Right over here. And the two of you kind of bring it over and heft it back into the wagon, and it doesn't want to sit on top of the other. That's the problem with having a wagon that's not on the grid, but all the other stuff is on the grid. It doesn't line up.
That's fine.
So the for the bulk of the night, the traveling caravan leaves you alone. They don't go over to really engage in conversation. They kind of keep themselves. They tell occasional stories. The archer halfling has produced a fiddle and has played. Has been playing through the night. Do. I think.
There we go.
Oh, that's 100% not what I wanted.
That's not a fiddle.
That's not a fiddle at all. Where did I put the wrong one in? Well, there you go. That's how he plays his fiddle. It's really large and guitar shaped. Did I put the wrong? Oh well.
Sounds like a piano in there too. He's very talented.
The best fiddle player
and a flute. Listen to that! Wow.
He's a one-man band.
Huh. Aha! Sorry to peek your mics there, folks.
Sorry, what? My eardrums are bleeding. I didn't catch
sorry.
that.
What?
This is still whatever. We're going with this. It's fine.
There's so many animals barking.
So as your other companions make their party for the evening, you guys bed down and have a fine night. Sit amongst yourselves, talking and regaling yourselves in past adventures and getting things all together for the next morning. Let's see how the night goes. Wow. How about just barely in? Okay, so let's now do this.
Remember that time where we went to the bakery and the pumpernickel?
So it's very late at night, and as a precaution, the three of you have set guards like normal. You're not letting your guard down. You're still ready. You're still tight, just like you're still working. And so, who would have the third watch amongst the three of you?
Don't elves need to sleep less time?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could take third watch then.
All right. So Florbian is keeping the third night watch, and we're gonna just take a little liberties here and say Florbian's kind of sitting, or I'm sorry, standing kind of watch on the road when he hears a clip-clop, slow and purposeful, coming down the road. It's not aiming to cover ground. It's more working to
which direction?
It's coming from in front of you, from down the road, this way. And usually your elven eyes can see really well. and you realize, wait, no, you can still see, but you can't see down the road. You double check. No, yes, you can see down the road, but just not on the road. You can see down on either side of the road, but for some reason, far down the road is obscured from even your elf sight. But still, the hoofs come closer and closer. The hoof beats of this, of whatever it is down the road.
Am I free to act?
Yeah, no, you're fine.
Oh, we move as one. All right, just select me. There we go.
Why can you move me?
Not sure.
You're having a dance party. I don't know. So Florbian would pause, listen, and then just scowl. He hadn't seen anything like this before. He was familiar with illusion magic to an extent. He's read books on it. And then walk into the road and then face directly down the road, looking dead down the road. What does he see, if anything?
It's certainly coming closer now. It sounds maybe 30, 40 feet away. Give me a... Oh, what would you like to give me? You pick. Give me a skill check. What would you like to? How would you like to do? How would you like to figure out what's down the road?
Arcana. To see if it's a magic. He thinks it might be illusion.
It's definitely illusion magic. And as you look, further down the road, you can actually believe you can see the boundaries of the darkness that is moving with whatever this is.
Okay, so he's gonna let's see. Florbian is gonna take a step back, and as he does so, he's going to draw his sword and kind of cast a. As he's can you cast from his weapon? It's a good question. What does he have?
That's really more tentacles than I mean for it to be, but that's really just a black fog moving down the road toward.
I'll have to look at it later. So he doesn't draw a sword. He just anything sneaking around at night is definitely up to no good, and he just casts a firebolt straight down the dead center of the road. He doesn't even wait to see where it impacts, and he starts running to his camp.
Awesome.
And I can't select off of that because that's the wrong one. So he runs to the camp. And
cast the fireball spell.
Firebolt. And he runs to Bill's tent and begins kicking the tent and then kicking Bill's foot. Bill, wake up. And then he hustles over to Hardick and Firm. Hey, you two. Both of you, get up.
We're one person. We're a one imperceptibly different from a human person.
Right.
Indeed.
And so, with the party awake, having been awoken by their trusty aide, we will take a short break, and then we'll come back to this combat.
What? Spoilers! I didn't know there was combat!
You can't launch a fireball into the darkness without there being some kind of repercussion.
Oh god, I didn't scroll down until now. Holy crap. Well, that's waiting for us in a little bit. That looks horrifying.
So we will be back at 11:15. Unless you guys need more, 15 minutes work for you. 15 minutes will be good. All right, quarter after 11, we will be back. Don't go anywhere. We're going to see how these three deal with this ever encroaching darkness.
Wait! Don't forget.
Oh yes. Oh, I do not want to forget. So we have a very good friend of ours, whose name is Ann Palmer, and she runs the Curious Craft channel on Twitch. She's had a stream last night. She's doing this amazing. She did a Intellect Devour, and she's doing this massive. It's amazing. It's this huge mushroom village, multi-tiered. It's amazing. It's just, so that's what she does. She makes D&D themed scenery, and you can find her twitch.tv/curiouscrafts, and I cannot recommend her enough. She's doing some great stuff over there. Go and give her a follow. You can find her on Twitter, all the same, and please go and do all those wonderful things for someone who has been so great to us. Thank you very much, and we will be back at 11:15.
Or 8:15 Pacific Standard Time.
15, 12:15.
13 minutes. That's the point. Okay, bye.
15 minutes. Yay!
Hello.
We are back. So let's.
Yeah.
We have a guest appearance.
Hey, look!
Appearance. Bye, DM.
She's not here though. She's here but not here. It's a figment of all of our imaginations.
She just got home from work.
Poor thing. Okay, so when we last left off, where were we? Oh, that's right. There it is. Combat. So, if you would please give me initiatives, everyone.
Oh, I forgot to click on my thing. I rolled 13.
I also rolled a number.
It
It was
says
11.
My thingy didn't work.
2 13s. Oh my gosh. Is this how it's gonna be? We're just two of us are always gonna roll the same number.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's 20s.
Weird. Hardick didn't wind up in. Oh no, there he is. Who am I missing?
Me.
Oh.
Gonna move the tent out of the way.
I was in my tent. I'm
Yeah,
sleepy.
I couldn't.
I'm like, what are you screaming for now?
There we go.
Was that a Wookiee in the background? Did anyone just hear that Wookiee?
Where?
In the music? Like, blah. It'll come up again. Here, let me turn it up.
I have the music turned way, way down.
We will add a turn for the encroaching dark.
So are those tentacles with magical glyphs?
No, it's just a black fog. That was the darkest circular foggy effect I could find, but it's just a black fog. You don't see tentacles.
Oh, well, that's reassuring.
I mean, you do see moving darkness that your elf eyes can't see through.
Okay.
And that pretty much took a fire blast in the face. For where was that damage? 13. Okay, I need to do that. All right.
No, I think that was just a roll, wasn't it?
You didn't actually roll for
Oh, I
the
didn't
fire.
roll. I just shot the
You're
fireball.
like, I did it, and I walked away.
Yeah. Do you want me to roll, Dower?
No, there's 13 points of damage right there. For the
Huh?
firebolt.
What?
Roll
No,
a 7.
no. I rolled. That was like way
That was
before.
way long ago.
Oh, then yes, give me a firebolt roll then, please.
Oops.
Does a 21 hit?
21 does hit. Yes, please do damage.
There's a 13.
Oh, okay.
13 points of damage. Okay, good. I don't have to change
Nice,
anything I've written down.
13. It's definitely a spooky Friday.
It's so spoopy.
Ooh.
All right. So, Hardick, it is your turn.
I shoot a long sword at it. No, I shoot a crossbow.
Okay.
I shoot a crossbow.
That will hit.
Boom.
All right.
Are the our friends over there just like having a jolly good time by their fire, or are they actually?
Well, no, they're all packed up and gone to bed. But I'm not putting 9 tokens.
Oh, you're not gonna
in
tuck
their
them
respective
in.
tents. I'm not tucking in 9 separate tokens. No, thank you. Okay, so, Bill, it is your turn.
I'm going to also cast a fire. No, I'm just kidding. I'm casting Guiding Bolt. $17?
Yes, 17 will hit.
Casting at level 1. 19!
Nice.
Pew pew!
It does 4d6 of damage? Jeebus.
Yeesh. Last but not least, Florbian.
Firebolt worked so good this first time.
Yeah, why not?
So Florbian is going to charge back out onto the road and stand in front of the darkness. The darkness, and I cast Firebolt at the darkness.
And it starts playing, I believe in a thing called love.
Crit!
Crit!
Wow! Roll that beautiful damage. Whoa!
Woo!
27 damage.
Ew.
Nice.
Don't mind if I do.
That
Do you want me to
deserves-
roll again to confirm?
No. It's an extra special fireball spell.
Sounded like
Gonna
a
wake
tank.
everybody up.
Yeah.
Literally everyone is now awake.
Well, no, yeah, after that, you're
They're
definitely
at
hearing...
first they're spooked and they don't know what to do because they can't move.
Yeah, it's like they want to run, but they're so jammed into their stirrups that they're really just, their legs are just kicking, but they're not going anywhere. Their stomach is holding their legs off the ground out of fear. All right. So, with Florbian's god-awful, amazing death fireball, the encroaching darkness does 2 things. It moves forward,
Uh-oh.
and as it does so, the 2 of you hear
The screaming of a child.
Yeah, hear the slow, purposeful clip-clop of some hooves from somewhere within the darkness. And out of the darkness, or rather from the darkness, or perhaps the darkness becomes it, or it rides out of the darkness, there comes a visage of a rider on a deadly-looking horse.
Does he have his head?
He does have his head
On his shoulders or in his arm?
on his shoulder.
But it's upside down.
And as the darkness subsides, you can see behind him flaming horse hooves from where he has been.
It's like, what is that show that Nicolas Cage was the hero with the skull and the
Ghost
flame?
Rider.
Ghost, it's like Horse Rider.
I'm more of a horse protector. All right. So I don't know why it's his turn now. So he is going to raise up on his hind legs and then charge straight at Florbian.
Jeeper.
No.
Does a 20 hit?
That's a good question. Yes.
All right, please make a Constitution. Ah, shit! I messed that up.
I rolled a 12.
Please take 11 points of damage.
No.
And so, as I've said before, the camp across the way has been roused into action, and coming from behind the wagon, bow and arrow in hand, is your archer halfling from the day before. Put him in there. And the female fighter from the day before as well. They both round around the back of the carriage. She's going to go up there. Oops, it would help if I did this.
Our music's on.
Yeah, I'll get it back for you. I'll just... The halfling and human are already sounding the alarm. Literally, they're coming around the back of the wagon going, "Alarm! Alarm! Everyone awake!" Be-doo, be-doo, be-doo. No, I'm sorry. All right. So it is now the fighter's turn, and she is going to... Let's see. Can she pull off a charge? Ooh, just perfectly. So she's going to see that deadly rider's charge and raise him.
What does she scream as she's charging?
She screams as she charges in. Be-doo, 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 be-doo. No, she doesn't really scream anything. Just charges in, purposeful, sword drawn. At the end of the charge, she swings. However, it misses rather wildly. Hardick, it is your turn.
What's his full name?
Hardick the Firm.
There you go. So seeing this big nasty dude run in charge, my friendy dude, I'm going to take my crossbow, and I imagine I have like a little sling that it's on, so I'm gonna throw it around my back, and then I'll draw. Oops! Oh no!
What?
I accidentally.
Oops!
And hit the backwards button.
And he's back. Hang on. Easy fix. Easy fix.
Sorry. My mouse has touch sensitivity, so if you throw your hand across it, it thinks that you're swiping your finger, and swiping your finger from right to left is backwards in Google Chrome. Like, go back.
Whoops.
And you're fixed.
Technology.
Yeah. So I'm going to draw my long sword, and I will run at the spooky guy and hit it 2 times.
The second one, I'm sorry, the first one misses, the second one hits.
Okay. 7.
7 points of damage. Alright, it's now the archer's turn. The archer's going to come a bit wide of the wagon. His arrow is already out. And he is going to unleash a barrage of arrows aimed at the knight. And those are going to be a 13, a 4, and a 19. So, in layman's terms, that would be a miss, and a hit. And that short bow will do 5 points of damage as one arrow finally does land in the hindquarters of the horse. But the horse doesn't even seem to register it. And Florian and Hardick, you can tell...
Florbian. My name is Florbian.
You petulant idiot. Florbian and Hardick, you can see the horse's eyes are milky and they aren't moist. They're dried and almost caved in. You think this horse might be dead. Bill, it's your turn.
Hey, everybody. I think this horse might be...
Nice of you to finally chime in on how weird this thing looks. Are you guys even doing any damage to it? She can't tell because she's too far away, so she's gonna go ahead and do another guiding bolt.
Nice. That is definitely a hit for 17 radiant damage. The it hits the rider square in the side, and you can see him recoil. He's never recoiled at any attacks before. In fact, you can't tell if there's any damage from the fireballs and arrows shot before. But when the guiding bolt hits him, it's almost as if an energy impact washes over him and he crumples slightly before he regains himself. He took not 27 damage, but 34 damage.
Not 17, you mean?
I'm sorry, not 17, but 34 damage he took. Florbian, it's your turn. Unless, Bill, do you have anything else you'd like to do? You can still move if you'd like. I don't think you moved.
She's gonna stay where she's at because she's not afraid of things coming at her. And then she's gonna yell, "Did that do anything?" Because she thinks she saw movement, but since they're close, it would be easier for them to tell her.
It did a whole hell of a lot.
Is it my turn?
Your turn.
Yes, please.
So he's going to start running to the side to get a better vantage on the rider. The spell seemed to have great effect. And then he's going to attack once with a short sword. If you can cast it again, then I would do so. And he's going to attack.
Ooh.
Wow.
He's gonna crit. Gonna do a crit. He's gonna do 7 pokey damage. So he's specifically doing pokey damage at the rider on the horse. He does not want to hit the horse.
Okay.
Seeing as it appears to be quite dead.
All right, you do damage. You do 7 points of damage.
And then he's gonna do it again. I'm assuming the extra attack as a fighter feat is or class thingamabooble does not apply to spells.
No.
15.
That is going to be a miss.
Well, I missed 9 points of damage.
How dare you?
Way to go.
So did the rider seem to flinch or anything like that?
No, the rider did not appear. You can see the wound open on him. You can see the damage that you did, but it doesn't bleed. It oozes a greenish black ichor from the cut you made.
It doesn't bleed and the horse is dead. Hit it with another spell, Bill.
I gotta wait for you guys.
It's not my turn.
That's all Florbian's gonna do.
So the rider and horse will rear up on 2 legs, spin round in a tight circle before coming back down where it started, and when it lands, something strange happens.
It pees?
It sounds gross.
No, a wave of pure sick energy, a wash of illness washes over you. That was weird choice of words, but
A wash of wash. Wash is wash.
of washing wash. Washington's wash.
Does it wash or does it wash over me?
It washes. So Florbian and Hardic and
His full name, please?
the female Hardic the Firm and the female fighter will all need to take Constitution saving throws, please.
Let's see how firm Hardic the Firm is.
I rolled a 9.
Ooh. I rolled a 7.
Rather
Hardic the
flaccid
Firm.
of you.
Yeah. Hardic the Firm isn't.
Oh, and I'm sorry, they're not Bill. This is on me.
You mean Hardic the Flaccid?
Yeah.
All right, so Florbian and Hardic the Firm, you will take 7 points of damage, and this little 1d4 here, 3. That's for me for later.
Oh, good. Good.
All right, Now it's the female fighter's turn. As you both get physically sick, you both feel as if the flu has just taken you over. You're cold, you ache, and you can't help but vomit 5 times apparently. And you just want to go home and cover up in covers and have some hot soup. You feel so sick right now. It goes away and you feel fine, but you still feel shaken from what just happened. And so now it's the female fighter. She looks at both of you. What happened? What was that? And she begins to attack the rider again.
Can I substitute my soup for extra mashed potatoes?
No.
Oh.
Both of her attacks miss. Hardick, it's your turn.
I'm sorry,
Mr. The Firm.
Hardick the Firm is going to sort of wipe the sick off of both of his mouths. And
which his second wipe is just like he's looking like he's cleaning his crotch up.
Yeah. So he will just attack with a longsword again at the rider. Does the 23 hit?
Yes.
I'm just going to assume that the 5 just does not.
Yeah, no, the 5 does not hit. And so you do 4 points of damage to the rider. And you actually managed to cut a rather large wound on the exposed leg of the rider. But again, no blood comes pouring out of it. You would expect a gushing wound. It looks like you hit an artery, but instead just a thick, goopy, greenish black slime oozes out of it.
First no pumpernickel and then this weird crap.
So the archer continues his movement to the left as he knocks 3 more arrows and fire. I said he knocks 3 arrows and fires, you stupid game.
Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
Dunk, dunk, dunk.
And that's going to be 1, 2, 3. That's going to be a 3, a 9, and a 3.
The friendly NPCs suck.
And they all, not only do they not hit their target, they almost hit the 3 of you.
Can we trade these in for new ones?
Bill, it's your turn.
Watch what you're doing over there! As she, like, moved out of the way of one of the crossbows. Can't you see what you're doing? Alright. I guess I'll try another guiding bolt, but I'll do it at a slightly higher level, so let's see what happens. Casting it at level 2.
Wow. So you add the D6 on top of the 15, right? Am I reading that correctly? That's the higher level cast is an extra 5 on top of the 15?
Yeah.
Okay. So 25 definitely does hit. And several things happen to the rider. He stops mid-swing. He was about to attack Florbian, but the bolt impacted on the back of his left shoulder, his swinging shoulder, and it makes him stop. But then he shudders. It's not as if his muscles shudder. It's as if he shifts slightly 3 inches to the left and then slightly back again 3 inches to the left. His whole figure stops. Not just movement, but like the horse hair on the horse stops falling, and he appears to be frozen in time. And then he explodes.
Oh.
Our coin is gonna, like,
Oh,
appear
God.
underneath his figure.
So let me just check something.
Oh, shit. Am I in the explosion?
Horse guts. All of this is now dead horse guts.
So I will need Constitution saves from all of you. Hardick, Mr. The Firm, Florbian, and Bill.
Florbian rolled a 13.
I rolled a 6. It's gonna be real good for me.
18.
I have no Constitution, even though I've got a 3 modifier in it.
Okay, so where? Oh, there's Bill. There's the 6. Okay, so Bill and Florbian. And, oh, well, it would help if I did the female fighter.
What about the chubby horses?
Oh, okay, yeah, I can roll for them. So constitution. You know what? They're chubby, so I'm going to give them a good Constitution save. They've got a lot of heft on them. They got a good Constitution. So yeah, that one passed, and the other one passed. Okay. So you let's see who failed that. That was Florbian failed and Bill failed. So you guys are going to take. Jeez. I rolled 2d10 and I got a 10. So you two will take 10 damage. And let's see, 6, 12, 18. 18 seconds after that, who failed the last save? Was it just? It was just you, Travis, right? You failed the last Constitution check.
Yeah,
right?
I did too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you did too. I see that as well. So, like I said, 18 seconds later, Florbian and Mr. The Firm both take
Full name, please.
Hardic the Firm.
There you go.
Both take 3 points of damage and get very ill again. So the rest of the night passes uneventfully, but really no one can sleep after that. Whatever that was radiated fear. It
Bill.
radiated all kinds of evil energy.
Bill, I feel terrible.
And it exploded.
I feel absolutely awful. Ugh, and
what exploded over you could best be described as a mixture of seaweed and oil and whatever it is at the bottom of a porta potty after 4 nights in Bonnaroo.
Oh, God.
I believe that is called Marmite.
Marmite?
So Florbian
you're
is just like oozing gross, but also blood. He looks very injured, extremely injured. Oh, glad we got that taken care of. Isn't that right, everybody? And he seems kind of out of it. Just kind of staggering over to the fire and then collapses down.
The female fighter is wiping the same black eye color off of her. Oh, it smells terrible. The halfling archer finally walks up. Say, what was that then? As I try desperately to find his voice again. What was that then there? Thing, what come down the road like that?
Would I have known?
Oh, none of you have seen anything like this before.
I don't know. I've never seen anything like this before.
So there's a
yes,
big commotion on the other side.
It was exploding. It was an exploding mounted knight. Clearly. So the de facto leader of this caravan, the halfling from earlier, is the first one to approach. My! What was that? Some kind of exploding
explosion.
Mounted knight.
Excuse him. He doesn't feel well and doesn't handle not feeling well very well.
Oh, there was a
We
battle.
don't know. We don't know.
Oh, so there was a battle here recently. He turns around and
yes, there
confers
was
with
a
the group.
battle here recently.
Yeah,
They're
thanks for
talking-
coming out.
They're talking amongst themselves. Oh, well, we heard a commotion, came as quickly as we could. Keep in mind, it only took about 30 seconds to end the fight.
Oh yeah. The longest 30 seconds of my life.
Bill, heal me.
No. Heal yourself. I don't feel good.
You poor adventurers. You look terrible. Here, I can help. I have some healing potions. Healing potions.
Healing.
And he,
I don't trust these
he
potions.
pulls a sack out of the back of his wagon. He pulls
Under
a sack
her
out
breath.
of the wagon.
Under her breath, and we said these gonna cost 5 gold each too.
And he walks up, and you can hear the telltale clank of potions. And Bill, you can make potions. You can make healing potions, so you know that the sound of potions. There's definitely potions in the potion sack. And he pulls out potions for each of you, and they're larger. They're larger than the ones you make, Bill. So Bill makes very much what is in the player's handbook, 2d4. But what he gives you are slightly larger. They're about half again the size. And here. These should help. Try these. And he gives you each a potion. I assume you all take it down. All drink it.
Yeah.
No
much.
but
Before she's gonna go for it, and then she's gonna come back. Remember,
He
how
chuckles.
much?
He chuckles a bit to himself. Oh no! You've provided a great service here. You've helped us. You've saved us all. So here, this one is on the house. On the house.
Ah, thank you,
can smell
kind
it
sir.
first, just to make sure it's really a potion.
So let's just go. Dave,
Florbian's
you
still
take-
out of it.
Oops, sorry.
He's gonna drink it right away. No questions asked.
Yeah.
Well, Florbian, you take 9 points of damage.
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 I'm sorry. Healing.
Crap! I knew it. It's a trick.
Hardick of the clan Firm, you take 11 points of healing.
Okay.
And Bill, the billiest of Bills, you take 9 points of healing. And not only does it heal you, it may not heal you completely, but you...
I'm only missing 1 point of damage.
you not only then you might not feel completely restored, but you're no longer sick. Whatever the effects of the sickness were are completely gone. You feel right as rain again.
This tastes like pumpernickel.
Florbian stands up. Oh, that was absolutely dreadful. And he heads over. Ah, my dear gnome. What do you call this? This, I have never seen a potion like this. Bill makes some decent potions, but nothing compared to this.
Well, it's your standard healing potion, but the active ingredient is just fresh yeast.
That's simply wondrous. And where
Yes,
did you stumble across this idea?
Well, my great uncle on my aunt's side, twice removed, poured accidentally a healing potion into beer.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, my friend.
It's been passed down for generations.
Well,
It's been passed down for a generation.
Is this something that
if you'll
people who
excuse
make
me.
potions would know?
And Florbian just goes to the river and just takes off the rusty bits of armor that could rust, and then just jumps in to get rid of the grossness. That is coding him.
So Bill, you're pretty sure. In fact, why don't you give me a let's see, what kind of check can you give me? Why don't you give me a medicine check, please? Ooh.
I was like, fuck, if this is a bad roll, I'm done tonight. Like, I am done.
So Bill, you're fairly certain that what this uncle on his aunt's side, twice removed, discovered was just a really good healing potion that was mixed with beer, and you're not entirely certain that the beer had anything to do with it. And what this halfling has been making is just a good healing potion that they've mistakenly been mixing with beer this whole time. And it might be the beer that wipes away the sickness better than a regular healing potion can do, but it's not really adding anything, you think? It's kind of gilding the lily.
Is there any sort of alcoholic effect from the beer being in there? Like a slight alcohol?
Interestingly enough, the healing potion kind of cancels out the alcoholic effects of the beer. So you really just taste the beer, but you're not going to get drunk off of it. Think of it as like O'Doul's with Neosporin in it, I guess.
She's gonna like.
That's the most disgusting thing I've ever said out loud.
She's gonna kind of like drink it, and clearly she doesn't. She is obviously understanding what's going on and kind of figuring out like, okay, well, sure, whatever. And then she's gonna hand the vial back to him because she doesn't want the vial.
Oh, no, keep it. It's fine, my dear. It's yours. You can keep the whole thing. In fact, you're supposed to drink all of it at once. Interesting. The slight sip there. It's not important. As he's putting away the sack, he his ears kind of perk up as a halfling, as only a halfling's could, and he spins around, still standing on top of the wagon wheel, and shouts over to the three of you. Say you three. Wait, come here for a moment. And he hops down from the wagon wheel, and as the group of travelers, I said, as the group of travelers get out of the way. I said, as the group of travelers get out of the way. He as you're approaching, he hops into the carriage, and you hear him rummaging around inside the carriage. And he kind of disappears inside the carriage as the three of you come closer. I assume the three of you come closer?
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll kind of...
So you're kind of... You're standing in the road, and this wagon, this pasture wagon, rides a bit higher than most. So you find yourself looking up, and out of a window pops the halfling's face, and he says, "Say, out of curiosity, what's the name of your group? What do the three of you call yourselves? You're an adventuring group, and all adventuring groups have names. What's your name?" And you can hear him rustling around inside as he sticks his head back into the wagon.
That is a wonderful question. Our name is... We're just going to ad-lib it. We'll do me, Lauren, Dave. The Great...
No wrong answers.
Cans. No, like Mad Lib. So Travis did the Great. Yeah. I said can, and then Dave.
Oh, the Great Cans.
What are you gonna say?
Cans.
Cans? Where are the cans?
The Great Cans. So you shout that into the wagon. Florbian shouts it in, and he said, "Oh, I knew I had something here." And he first you see the scroll poke out of the window, and then his shoulder and head joins it. "Yes, here!" And he hands scroll down to Florbian. I mean, we came from damn, why can't I remember that? Innshaven.
Innsmouth.
I keep wanting to say Innsbruck is why. We came from Innshaven, and we were one of 5 carriages to depart. The adventuring guild there sent missives with all of us, along with about a half dozen other riders to go and find you. You see, they've cancelled the recall of you from whatever your last mission. Here, read this. I took the liberty of reading it in advance. So he hands you a scroll, and it's just it's got a silk clasp around it, a silk tie, and firmly affixed to the knot is a wax seal that you recognize as the Adventuring Guild of Innshaven. And it's a group you've dealt with time and time again. Whenever work dries up, you can always go there, get work. Sometimes they seek you out. You're not an official member, but you're very much a contracted employee of the Innshaven Adventuring Guild. And you, Florbian, you unfurl it.
So Florbian opens the scroll, and I'm assuming it opens this way, as any good scroll should. And
absolutely.
Begins reading, and it says...
It says, "To the right honorable, the great Can-Cans."
To the right honorable and great Can-Cans.
Are you going to say everything I say?
No, well, it's weird that you would write that.
That is really weird.
Your service is requested immediately.
Your service is requested immediately.
You're not talking slow enough.
I'm not speaking to idiots.
Your service is requested in the town of Watts Landing. Do make all haste to arrive there as quickly as possible and investigate what we can only deem as a disappearance. We don't understand the complete depths of the disappearance yet, but we've had no communication between the town, and couriers who have returned from there report everyone missing. Please make all great haste to Watts Landing. And it's a town, as you roll the scroll back up, It's a town you're all familiar with. It's about 3 days hard ride, maybe 5 if you take your time, north of here. You'd have to backtrack a bit, but at a certain point you'll take a new path and you'll head north instead of the south that you came from. And the road's not dangerous. It just passed through a dark forest to get to Watts Landing, but that's nothing.
Yeah,
Neither here nor there.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
But it's a modest, slightly above modest, maybe. We'll call it upper middle class fishing village that sits at the mouth of the Yeager River.
Yeager River? What?
Yeah. Yes. The Yeager River. So that's what's presented to you. This scroll, and as the halfling puts his other arm out of the window, he kind of sits as a neighbor would atop a fence, talking to his next door neighbor. Yes. So that's quite serendipitous that we've passed here on the roads. I wouldn't have thought to even ask you if you hadn't dispatched the whatever it was you dispatched.
Yes, well, thank you for this. This is rather odd for them to summon us like this. Surprised they didn't have anyone within the town. And Florbian's going to examine it for magical meddlings.
Ooh. So, you want to cast a spell or you want to do a check?
He gonna detect magic all over this scroll. And he put it in chat just to show you that he did it.
It doesn't appear to be incredibly magical. There is a slight enchantment that you can detect. It's something to do with some kind of a safeguarding mechanism, but it's not major. It appears to be coded to one of the three of you, so that should anyone other than you open it, you're not sure what'll happen. It doesn't appear like there's any real danger from this enchantment, but there's some kind of inconvenience that befalls anyone who opens it besides you.
And Master Halfling, you said you took the liberty of reading our missive first?
He kind of looks a bit sheepish. Yes, I'm terribly sorry I did. And when he says that, you can hear this incredible lower intestinal rumbling come from him. And he just gets a sickly green. If you'll excuse me, I need to be excused. And he disappears into the wagon, and you hear the door on the far side of the wagon open, and you can hear it close, and you can hear him wander off into the forest.
I stopped listening.
It's terribly rude to read other people's letters.
You don't hear anything from him, but it does sound like a bucket of slop is being emptied into the forest.
He's throwing up from his butt.
Thank you, Dave, for just saying what I tried to deftly avoid.
I got you.
Thank you. Yes, what garbage is coming out of this halfling's butt? Thank you, Dave.
Oh, God.
So,
have a great cans, everybody. Have a good night.
So we're gonna leave it there. The intrepid party of three set off.
Wait,
go ahead.
Before that, I keep wanting to say Carrion. My goodness, Florbian looks at the scroll. His eyes narrow, and he kind of looks around, and then he rolls up the scroll and tucks it into his vest.
Just make other people read it.
Yes, that's exactly what he's going to do.
Could you read this for me? Yeah, sure. What an unintelligent being. They don't even know the game yet.
And so that's where we're going to leave it. The great Cans, our intrepid group of adventurers, are going to pack up, turn north, and head immediately for Watts Landing and investigate the terrible disappearance that they find there. So yes, thank you all very much for tuning in. Thanks everyone for coming out. We greatly appreciate everyone who comes.
Yeah.
Tell your friends, tell your family, anyone you think would like to come and see this. Let them know. You can find me on Twitter at Big O Joe. You can find the group itself on Twitter at Riff and Rabble. Lauren has fantastic artwork that she regularly puts up at Ring Around Kaposi. Dave, well, he does use Twitter, and he just puts up a great deal of really interesting stuff. To give him a look, go see him at the Malarenko. Yeah, Malarenko.
I exist on Twitter.
And well, the as yet untwittered Travis has yet to join us on Twitter. But tell you what, here's what you do: you reach out to Ring Around Kaposi, and you tell her to tell him to get on Twitter.
Or you just join our Discord, which you can find down below.
Yeah. You want to get a hold of him, you can find our Discord down below. You can find him there. We have a YouTube channel, Riff and Rabble at YouTube.
If you want to, you can text Travis at.
That'll cost you, though.
At the Discord channel. The Rabble Discord
exactly.
channel.
Quick note, next week we will be doing more Halloween-y D&D. And then I believe the week after, Callie's back on her normal-ish work schedule, so we'll be back to our normal campaign.
Yeah,
should be fantastic. So thanks, everyone. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for all your support.
Sundays.
Sunday.
Yes, do not forget, Dodo Squad returns this Sunday for more Arma 3 RPG shenanigans.
Yeah, gonna try and blow up a SAM site.
Yeah, that we found from 30 feet in the air with a drone the last time. So good night, everybody.
Immediately got shot down.
Exactly. Good night, everybody. Thanks for coming out.
Thank you.
We will see you next time.
Don't be afraid to reach out. We'd love to hear from you.
Yes, please do reach out. Goodbye, everybody.
Or else.
No, not or else.
Reach out and grab ya.
Don't threaten the viewers. Don't threaten the viewers. Bye, everybody. Bye. 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 Bye.